So the main thing here is that sustainability of the forest in the long term is at the heart of continuous cover forestry. It's not a silvicultural system as such. It's more a method of management, and you'd use different silvicultural systems depending upon what phase of the operation you're at. Now, there are several principles that you need to maintain if you're going to practice continuous cover forestry. The first is you adapt the forest to the site. You've got to look at individual sites, and they may be quite small, and work out what's going to do best on that site. The objective is to enhance the functioning ecosystem that's already there, or if it's not already there, you need to recreate something which would have been there had things been different. You maintain forest conditions and you don't clear fell. Now, these are frame trees, and they are dominant trees which are selected, and they will be some of the first trees to be removed. When they're removed, they will be replaced by other frame trees, new ones. The idea is that they are going to be the dominant trees, and you will measure them. So you're looking at three kinds of trees to remove: the dominants, or some of the dominants, which are frame trees; damaged trees, or trees which are too close to grow at a reasonable rate. This is a trial area, so we'd go into a lot more detail here than we would if we were doing it in practice over a larger area. But there are disadvantages, of course. And the main disadvantages with continuous cover forestry are higher cost and the need for higher skill levels and competence and experience. The objective would be, though, that the timber species you're growing in your continuous cover forest won't be low value species, they will be high value species, things like totara, kauri and so on, which make it economic to harvest in this way, because harvesting will be somewhat more expensive. Then you've got the sort of place we're standing in at the moment, where we're converting a young, even-aged forest to continuous cover. We've got this mixture of 4 exotics, and it's gradually being transformed back into native species which establish naturally under the exotic canopy. And gradually you will work the exotics out and let the natives come in. Just to give you some idea of the number of natives that are coming in here already, there are 9 native timber species regenerating here. The most common is mangiao, of which there are nearly 500 per hectare. Then you've got kaikatea and koikoi. Riurewa is quite common, but riurewa probably tends to regenerate in here and then die out, because I think it's a high light demanding species. We've also got tawa, tarari, puriri, pukatea and miro. The most important thing that you get from continuous cover is high quality soil protection, especially on steep slopes. Now that's important because we've seen a lot of damage recently from steep country with radiata on it that's been harvested, and they've then ended up with all the slash and unwanted logs down in the streams and even down on the beach. So that's a pretty important reason for continuous cover. I would postulate that continuous cover forestry is the only method we should be using on steep country in New Zealand. I don't know where the cut-off point is. We need a lot of research to determine that, but that is really the way we should be going.